Dynasty is yeah. Dynasty is live. Yeah. Dynasty is live. Get it back. Yeah. From the ground floor, yeah, we started with a vision. Blueprint in the smoke, guard pressure, all precision. Late nights, hard calls, every move had a reason. Built it brick by brick, now the whole room fevered. Hope I've been hit big, felt the love in the crowd. Hands in the air, yeah, they said it out loud. Every grin, every shout, we could feel it come down. From a sea to a wave, now we run this town. Hold up, you can hear it in the brass. Cut sharp, cut clean. Every step got a stamp, every bar got steam. We've been moving too fast for the old out team. Now the name hit the room like a live wire beam. Now the dynasty is live. Now the dynasty is live. We take it up north.
Welcome back to Brick Dynasty Live. Now, as you all know, there are 1 million people at this point who are creating content on Instagram and YouTube and TikTok and wherever. But it is the people in chat and in the comments who are the lifeblood of the hobby. And tonight, we have one of everybody's favorites, PapaRex, who you should all know from chat and most of the places you hang out at this point. Jeremy, thank you for joining me.
Thanks for having me, Ken. How you doing today?
It is good to see you on a screen.
First time.
Yeah, I love that. And man, you have been in chat everywhere I've been for so long now. That leading up to Brick World, it was like, man, I don't know if this guy really exists in the real world. And then there you were. It was awesome.
No, it was great that you had offered me a pickup from the airport, so that was cool. And I remember flying into Chicago and shit, he didn't even know what I looked like. So I think I sent you a text, a selfie real quick, and just let you know where I was. So, but yeah, no, it was great. Hopped in the car and just started talking like we knew each other.
Yeah,
it was wild.
Yeah, it's funny how that goes. This community is, and it's something else. Yeah. So let's take a trip back to start off with. Lego been a part of your life forever, or where did that come in?
Oh, I had dark ages, of course. Yeah, I'm over 50 at this point, so yeah, I had Lego young, early 80s, late 70s, and an older brother too. So we always had Lego around. Back then, it was our big interests were space and castle classic stuff. Getting into Technic a little more when we got older, but I don't know. I hit probably around 10 or so. Was way into Transformers and GI Joe and things like that instead. So got into that, and then of course, classic, get into girls and stuff in high school, and it kind of falls aside for a while. So that's my dark age basically started in my early teens. I did buy Lego from time to time though through the years. Fast forward to 99 with the Phantom Menace coming out and Lego getting the Star Wars license. I just remember running across it in stores and thinking, oh wow, this is great. If they'd had this when I was a kid, I would have been all over it, because that was kind of what we were turning our space sets and whatever into, trying to make the stuff from Star Wars and other things we were like into. So I picked up a few sets like the speeder bike chase, and somehow ended up with a couple copies of the lightsaber duel with Qui-Gon and Maul, and I just hung on to them. And then years later, when like the Clone Wars animated stuff came out, I saw that stuff on shelves and just bought some random battle packs here and there, but I wasn't buying Lego at all, really. So, but I hung on to it. I liked it and just kept it. So it just went in boxes and in the closet. And then fast forward some more to about 2020. Of course, the Mandalorian season 2 had come out and had, of course, my Luke moment at the end of that season. And I saw that they had Lego for this. And so I thought, oh, well, maybe I'll grab a few of these, I'll just get the stuff from the Mandalorian. And then, of course, after getting that, I realized, oh, I've got some clone stuff in boxes. Maybe I should get some clone stuff too. So it started to expand from there, and you know how that goes. So whatever point that was, I was also trying to quit smoking. And so I found that when I was working and building sets that it gave me something to do, and I wasn't thinking about it as much. So it took a while. I didn't quit then, but eventually I did. So it's been 5 years now, so that's good. So,
Nice.
but still consuming nicotine in one form or another every day, but at least not doing that. But anyway, so that, yeah, and then of course that became my excuse that once I quit, it's like, oh, I have this extra money now.
Oh
Now I
yeah.
can, now I know what I should spend that on. So, yeah, in a nutshell, that's kind of how it was. I always had the Lego kit in a tub somewhere growing up, and even took it with me when I was into my 20s, and we'd pop it out once in a while, partying at night and screwing around, bust out the Legos and see what we could build. But now it's just kind of a permanent fixture, obviously, and with the community through YouTube and everybody else. So
Now, are you strictly Star Wars?
um, at this point, that's what I'm trying to limit myself to. I'm also of the frame of mind that if Lego won't make a set that I like, then somebody else will. So like rebrickable. Then I'll just buy the instructions and build what I want. So that kind of became its own monster on top of everything. So I try to find balance, whether with the new sets I'm buying. But yeah, for me it is mostly Star Wars, and of course my son he likes all sorts of things, so we get him stuff all the time. You know, kids Minecraft and whatever, um, and Ninjago, but he likes it. But yeah, for a while I got out of control, honestly. I bought up what I wanted and then started buying the rest of the Star Wars line, and not just Mandalorian, not just clones, and then waiting for things to come out. If I saw something cool on the website, I'd get that too. I mentioned Transformers, so obviously I like those, and got some of those. Um, but it got a little wild, and so I just started dialing it back. I know that watching enough YouTube, and there are people that are really wild with what they get.
Yep.
Like that order I think Duck did today, like 37 GWPs or something
That was
stupid.
crazy.
But yeah, so and I don't have a lot of room to display, so I've got one UCS set, and that's the Jango Fett Slave one. I'd like to buy more, but I just don't know what I would do with it. Just limited on space. So I've resorted to hanging stuff on the wall, whether it's shelving, or just wall mounted things. I've tried out a lot of different companies for that too, and just creative ways to display it without taking up as much space or knocking everything over. Because I also have my son in here making his own mess in the workshop too.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned Doc. You could always take a page from his book and start hanging from the ceiling, right?
Yeah, right. Mount it to the wall. That was going to be my suggestion to Padawan and his Instagram question today. Just screw it to the ceiling. I don't know what else to do.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, space danger is real danger.
Yeah. So yeah, I mentioned earlier before the stream in the Closet of Doom, or hopefully I have an aisle clear down the middle, but that's for projects that are on standby and things I just don't know what to do with yet. But I still get the bug. I like to build. So in my early days when I didn't have a ton of sets, I would build them. And then I was one of those reverse baggers too.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, numbered, put it away. But again, I was trying to quit something at the time, so it gave me something to do with my hands. So a lot of that, I don't do that anymore. I can't handle it.
It's a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's so much harder than you would think. Like, and some of the directions are, as we all know, some of the steps are piss poor, and trying to do it in reverse just makes it that much harder.
Yeah, it wasn't worth it. Again, at the time, it gave me something to do. And when I've gone back through other things, because I'd box them up and put them back in the closet, and of course ran out of room, and started tossing boxes and only keeping certain ones, and I don't even know the value in that at this point. So I'll probably be getting rid of more boxes soon. And I've been tossing all the instructions after I get my QR code, my 20 points.
Gotta have it.
But I mean, I'm getting older. My eyes and like poor lighting. It's so nice for me, and I know it's just kind of polarizing, but the PDFs on a backlit screen for me was a game changer once I got used to it, because it just saved up so much extra table space too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm more PDF now, but I also like them having those in the box. I remember when Lego was asking about whether they should just get rid of. It was one of those surveys a few years ago about getting rid of paper
Oh, yeah.
instructions, and people just flipped out. And I think it was that same year I went, camping with the family, and I was like, wait a minute, if they did that, and we bought this brand new set because we brought a few with us because it ended up being rainy and something to do. Um, how disappointed you'd be with no Wi-Fi and a box of parts
Yep.
and no instructions. So I don't know.
Yeah. I think maybe I'm wrong on the timing. Maybe or somebody in chat can correct me here. Wasn't it very shortly after that survey that they switched us to these shitty white manuals that we're getting now with like the really bland covers?
Yeah, I think that some of that cost cutting started coming in there,
Yeah.
announcing the paper bag thing and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The paper bags, I suppose I understand, although, a plastic company getting rid of plastic, whatever that argument. But sure, hug some trees and then cut them down. That's fine. I get all that. But saving on ink for the manual is bullshit. That's not a thing. That's just awful. Whatever their reasoning is, I hate it. Was parting out a couple sets the other day and had the white cover manual and then a real manual. It's like, man, it just kind of breaks your heart seeing them next to each other. It's so bad.
Yeah, and I think on the UCS ones, for what you're buying, and if it's a premium product, you should get nice glossy manuals and all that.
Yeah.
Again, the price keeps going up, and I understand, with cost cutting measures, crappy paper or whatnot. But it's all just to make more money, right? One way or another, so they can say it's about recycling, and going with, paper bags instead of plastic, and getting rid of, single-use plastics. Recently, I had to point something out to my wife when I got the the Droid Transport, the MTT.
Yep.
So I finally got that. That was one of the May 4th ones I purchased. So inside that, there's only like, I don't know, 1 or 2 stickers in that thing. And so when you open the manual or open the box, the manual was inside a paper bag with a sticker sheet inside there. And I figured, well, they used the paper bag so they didn't lose the sticker sheets to cut down on customer service and complaints and, having to mail these things out later. So it had nothing to do with saving the world to put all that in a paper bag. It was just a, cost loss measure that they were doing to avoid paying more. So rather than just print the damn part, because it was like maybe 1 or 2 stickers, right? It was cheaper for them rather than print to put it in paper and have all this additional packaging and stickers just to keep it all together. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's just about money, right?
Yeah. I'm sure they have all of those costs dialed in and know exactly what the difference is. So, and that's why they're worth, $1 zillion and,
Yeah. Nobody's stopping buying Lego.
Yeah.
Just because of, smart play. We're still buying.
Yeah. Oh, it just keeps going. All right, let's take a second here and roll back through chat, do some hellos here. So Nimble and Slurpee were here earlier. Look at this. Here's a good one for you. Yes, very true. PapaRex, the community would not be the same without you. And then we get Slurpee, Rob Claxton, hello.
Rob.
Super Hawks here, hello.
Yeah, Nimble's a legend for getting that guest the other day.
Yeah.
Quite the interview.
I don't know if you saw, but he, what was his name? Johnny Coyne.
Mm-hmm.
He tagged basically everybody associated with that project.
That's what I heard. I think John Favre too.
Yeah.
That's nice.
It's none of those guys were actually paying attention, but it was a nice thought, right?
No, that's cool.
On Cool Han's side, it must have felt good to see that. So good for them.
That's great. Yeah, he's been slogging along for how many days in a row now?
Today was 127 or 128, one or the other. It's pretty crazy.
It's commitment.
Let's see. Odolaterato, hello. Good to see you again. 2 days in a row, I believe. Dynasty Day Night was last night. My God, it's so hard to keep track. Where did What the hell? All right. Let's see who we missing here. Jesse's Brick Galaxy. Hello, Jesse. Let's just see. Oh, Sarah's here too. Hello, Sarah.
Sarah.
Sean in the building. Hello, Sean. Bricks by Dre. Hello. And Derek is here. Hello, Derek. Good to see you. All right, everyone. Thank you all for being here. Good night. Kidding, of course. Yeah. Okay. So you had said off air that you're not getting quite as much these days in trying to stay focused, right? And
Trying.
yeah.
Not as much from Lego in particular, like directly from Lego. Just
Okay, so specifically through like shop at home.
yeah. They
Okay.
keep tempting me, but once you break FOMO, it's kind of liberating, when you,
Yeah.
when you go through, and just don't get that GWP that time. But
Yeah.
and sometimes it's just simpler to just buy it off eBay. I mean, I've gotten some for the price I want and not overpaid and not have to, hit some threshold when there's stuff I don't want to buy at the time.
Yep.
So yeah, just trying to look for deals, and then of course the deals start drying out, so
Yeah.
it's more into your world. But I don't know, just trying to get better value for it. If they keep raising the price, then I'll keep trying to find ways to save money. But
Yeah. Yeah, and depending on what you're looking for. Now, exclusives are a whole different story, of course. But if you were looking for a set that's available, widely at every retailer, a lot of times you can get discounts deep enough at, say, Walmart that you can go and pay eBay's price, buy the GWP, and still save money across the board.
mhm,
I mean,
right. I'm not blessed with good Walmart and Target deals around here, though.
well, I mean, even just like the rollback prices, the standard, 20%, which is 20% off is basically regular price at most of those retailers now.
Right. I used to look for better deals than that, but I settle for 20 at this point. I just get tired of looking for one and missing out. But
Yeah, 20% off most of these sets is what regular price should look like. Things have gotten so crazy, right?
absolutely, yeah.
Did you, when you were buying but not necessarily collecting, how did you feel about the pricing then? Did you even give it any thought, or did it feel expensive to you at the time?
Certain ones felt expensive. You start hitting the $300 threshold or so, but I didn't think about it a whole lot. And I was FPJ all the time. And I realized early on they weren't going to sell out of these things, but I just wanted it.
Yeah.
I mean, if a cool set came out, I just wanted to buy it, and so I would. And then over time, I started realizing, especially as pricing started going up, that oh man, I was dropping the ball there. I could have saved
Yeah.
money, but I mean, yeah. And of course, as when you start consuming more Lego, then you're spending way more, and I don't know. You hit a point where sometimes you just have to take a step back and think about it, and yeah.
Yeah. It feels like there was a point, I don't know, whatever, 3 or 4 years ago, maybe, where Lego went from feeling like some sets were a lot of money. Like, not that they were overpriced, but they were just a lot of money, right? Because they were big, it's a good product, whatever. And then suddenly it started feeling expensive, like overpriced. And it seemed to come out of nowhere. It was like, I don't feel like you're getting a lot for your money anymore. I don't. Maybe it's because I had a second kid. I think it was right about that time frame. So maybe it's a coincidence. But
That'd do it. One's expensive enough.
yeah, but it doesn't feel like you're getting the same bang for your buck anymore. And they're not even trying to give you the impression that you are.
Yeah, I feel like they're not even trying really. everything seems reactionary with Lego, right? They don't seem to do anything proactive other than raise the price and cut corners. I mean, you compare some of the new Pokemon, old Pokemon, and lack of stickers, Mega, and all the stickers with Lego, and it's all about maximizing profit. So Lego's gonna Lego, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to, like, every time they had a GWP, I would just find a way to hit those thresholds and get all that. And I'd get this box in the mail, and it's like, hey, I only ordered these 2 things, but I got an insider reward that I cashed in, and I got 3 GWPs and all this for this amount of money. And it felt good. It felt like you were getting something out of it.
Yeah.
I just don't get that feeling anymore.
Yeah.
This current insider days, I'm like, lack of any kind of double points. I mean, very little. And I can't thinking about getting the haunted mansion I was talking to you about, but then I wasn't even hitting the threshold for the crappy airplane.
Yeah.
And really wanted the serpent ship, and then I'm like, okay, well, maybe I'll start building a PAB order. And got up this morning and it was back ordered, so I'm like, screw it, I don't care. I don't really collect ships like aquatic vessels. Mostly spaceships.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a great GWP, but I don't know. I've just kicked FOMO enough that oh well. If I really want it, I can get it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a very good chance it'll come back at least one more time, and when it does, if the eBay prices tank, maybe you get a good deal on it.
Yeah, it seems like sometimes they have these lackluster sales, bringing back May 4th GWPs from the year before, and we've seen a lot of things pop back up. I think there was an insider reward that popped back up on the insider page today too. I feel like people aren't jumping as much, but I don't know. No way to know.
Yeah, there was the trying to think, the spiky shell from Super Mario came back a while ago. They brought back the crab from Sonic. There's a couple others they sprinkled in. I forget what the purpose was, what deal was going on at the time when they brought those back.
There was something going on where they just were like sprinkling extras in there, and just stuff was popping up. I remember the spiky shell too, because I was going to get it, but Lego had an issue with giving me my VIP points or insider points for the what was it, the Wolfpack little castle keep thing. And so like I missed it by a day. They like physically put the points into my account. I go through these phases where I get disillusioned with Lego and I'll cash out most of my points, but then I like, I need to have points sitting there in case a good reward comes up. And so I was in the process of getting that built up, and Spiky Shell came back out, and I couldn't get the points back on. I spent hour and a half on hold on customer service, and or between being on hold and getting through it, and then they never so they just manually posted the points, and then I was like, well, great, now I can't get that anyway. So anytime I get one of their reviews or whatever, questionnaires, I always fill them out, and I'm brutally honest. I've seen things that they've asked about that get corrected later too. So I think there is value in doing some of these. I can't think of anything off the top of my head right now, but I've run into some. The weirdest one I've seen recently was right after Smart Bricks came out. Around May 4th or before May 4th, they would have the standard, questionnaire, what'd you come and what'd you buy, whatever. And then at the very end, it had one more question that was like, did you buy any Star Wars products today? And so every time during that, because I wasn't buying anything, I was getting ready for the May 4th order, that I would say no. And then so I got another one of these questionnaires after May 4th. And so I selected yes this time. And it was asking if I'd purchased Smart Play sets. So I had like one or two Smart Play questions, and then that was the end of the survey. So I found that pretty interesting that they would be asking those questions right away. But we all, I don't know. I think we all know where that's destined to go in the video pile of whatever.
Video.
Just failed. I don't know. We'll see.
It came through, was it maybe a week ago? Take a peek at that. A couple of the Smart Play sets had their retirement date moved forward. Take a look.
Yeah, I think I saw that. On a positive note, with that insider rewards points snafu that I had, it ended up posting automatically on top of what they gave me too. So I did get some
Nice.
extra points. So I didn't feel bad.
Yoda's Hut and Jedi Training in Mos Eisley Cantina went from December 27 to July 27. So they shortened the lifespan.
Yeah, that's a quick adjustment.
Yeah.
I think it'll be really, really telling what happens with the Pokemon stuff.
Luke's land speeder. Yeah. Same. Yeah,
If they have issues with Pokemon, then it's done.
I think they'll probably be okay there.
Yeah, people will buy it anyway.
Yeah. Let's see. We got Order 66. Hello.
How's it going?
And Super CO2. Hello. So hello in the other view. Oh, switching from the shorts feed to, I don't know, whatever this is. The longs feed. Shorts just screwed up everything. Now the terminology is just all wacky. But that's all right. Maybe I'm just not smart enough.
The vert streams is what I don't know. I've heard people call them that too, and then those are the ones that are wild. You get some interesting people pop in.
Yes, you do, and we stream to both most of the time, and yeah, if something weird happens in chat, that's always where it comes from.
But hey, I mean, now you're getting exposure that you're not normally getting, so I understand why people are doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, the fear is what you're gonna expose yourself to.
Right.
Yeah, but we've had some good people come through, and some random people that wouldn't have made it here otherwise that have stuck around. So that's awesome. Always in favor of that.
Right. It's a tough community to find when you don't know what you're looking for.
Yeah.
I had no idea what was going on with YouTube when I got into Lego.
Yeah. Well, okay. So that it puts us right into the next question. So that's perfect.
Oh, perfect.
So,
All right.
so how did you find the community? Did you actively go looking for it, or did it just show up? Algorithm gave it to you?
Just algorithm web searches. So I got into Lego, and I started wanting to know what was coming out next. And so that's when I started to learn about the leak community and everything that's going on there, and how, the reason I wasn't finding out is, I was still a Lego normie, or whatever you want to call me, in the early days. But I just didn't know the ins and outs of what was going on. And so then I started finding out about Lego leaks. I'm like, oh, I want to know what's coming out next. So I was just, Googling, Lego leaks, whatever, and trying not to get into any websites that were too shady or weird. But YouTube kept coming up, and I kept finding these videos. I would say M&R was the first one, because I was, specifically looking for Lego Star Wars leaks, just trying to refine it, see what I could find. So I found him, and started watching, and over time, I found Life Bricks. I started watching him, and then Life Bricks led me to ACOB, and here we are. That moment when you feel like you find your people, and it's corny, but it's wild. It's like walking into the Rennie the first time, and it's like, oh my God. But yeah, so I was just searching. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I knew about YouTube, but I didn't use it. I didn't really, understand much about it, other than, people posted videos, and some people made money off it, whatever. So, I didn't even know there were like live streams initially. I would just find these videos, and I would watch, and oh, these are the leaks. This is what's supposed to come out. And so try and figure out what I wanted to buy, especially when I started to buy older retired sets, and I started finding old stuff on eBay and things like that, and realizing, oh, stuff retires, got to find ways to get it. If it's coming out, then maybe that one's better, or not better, but cheaper probably. But so just Googling stuff, and that's watching posts, and then I remember finding ACOB because of Tyler, and I remember getting on their channel and being like, where are the videos? Because I click on the videos tab, and there were like 3 things, and I'm like, they're talking about these guys, I want to see what they're about. And then I found, oh, there's a live tab, oh, this is what they do, and came to realize, oh, they just live stream primarily, especially, this was probably about 3.5, 4 years ago. I didn't
Yeah.
have a YouTube channel name or anything. I had like some old Gmail account, and I didn't know how to get into it. Old man syndrome. And got some
Yeah.
email telling me it was going to expire or something. I'm like, oh, perfect. I can just open a new one because I changed phone numbers and I couldn't recover this stuff. And then one day I was just, after watching the streams for a while, I just created an account just because the chat looked so hilarious. I just wanted to participate and get to know some people. So, um, I was lurking for a long time. But when I saw the value in it and the fun people were having, that's when I, created a channel, even though I don't have any content. Uh, maybe one of these days. I've talked about it enough. But so that's kind of how I found YouTube. And from there, I spend a lot of time on YouTube at this point. You know, Live television is just kind of dead anyway, for me, unless it's sports. So yeah, I mean, you can find just about anything you want to find of interest on there. And a lot of things you don't have interest in either.
Yeah.
Just I don't know. I never thought that would be a big entertainment vessel for me, in my 50s, but that's what it turned into. So I'm always on there, lurking somewhere or saying hi. But
So when you're in chat, what's your setup? Are you on your phone, computer? Do you just like comment through your phone and watch on TV?
I've done the hybrid, but normally I've got my phone on me and my earbuds, so I usually have one in. If passing the time doing things, I'll have one in, and just that way I'm not like excluding my family from my life. Walking around with a headset on, just tuning everybody out. Um, so a lot of times I'll just have something going in my ear, but even then, after the kid goes to bed or whatever, I'm catching up on whatever. But no, I've done it before. I've got the TV up here too. I don't usually do it I have an old desktop in this room, but I sometimes tune it in on the TV, and so my old man eyes can see it a little better, and use the phone to chat or whatever. But sometimes it's just in my pocket while I'm walking around doing stuff.
Yeah, one thing that we kind of forget about being on the East Coast is when a lot of these shows are happening, it's still like a normal functioning part of the day for you guys. Like the kids are still up and about, maybe a lot of people are still trying to settle in from their work day. And over here, we're already done by the time these shows start.
Yeah, I've definitely found an advantage being on the West Coast. It seems to work really well for whether it's Australia, the States, or even the UK. A lot of times, I mean, it's just there's really good overlap for me.
Yeah.
And so like today I left work early. I needed an excuse to take a couple hours off extra because we were starting at 9 o'clock your time, but it's 6 o'clock my time. So if I'm coming home from work, I've got a half an hour before we would have started, and thought, oh, that's a good excuse. I'll just leave early. And
Perfect. You're welcome.
but yeah, I forget about that. It's like on the weekends, like a Hive stream, and for me, it's like, Jesus, it's almost midnight. It's like 3 over there.
Yeah.
So I think that's been an advantage for me too, just being able to stream no matter whose time zone it is usually.
Yeah. So when the ACOB boys, pull a 4-piece or something, you're still all right.
It's not hurting me too bad. Yeah, it is a Thursday night and I got to work the next day, but a 5-hour stream for them, and it's 11. Well, they don't start on time, so more like 11:30. By the time that gets done, and it's like, okay, that's pretty late, but not like for them.
Yeah.
That's tough.
I'm convinced that most of the time when they start late, that's intentional and not because of behind the scenes chaos. I'm convinced. Yep. I'm convinced.
Anything
I don't know
that leads you to believe that? Yeah. You got your suspicions.
Yeah, that's what I think, because sure, it's chaos happens. Tech diffs are ridiculous, and they do what they do.
I have a very proud tradition of tech diffs. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, when I first got into ACOB, then of course I actually went back through and like watched everything in their library that I hadn't seen before. Got caught up in the history of it.
Yeah, a lot of changes over
Uh,
the
the,
years.
oh yeah, I mean it's definitely it's adapted. It's interesting. It's a lot of fun, but yeah, there were some pretty wild streams back in the original ones, but there were a lot of TDs going on there too. And then
Yeah.
with the kids, I mean, Sean's kid having her own music, she'd come into the stream because yeah, that's right. They used to do it at like midnight West Coast, didn't they? Or something, or no, 9 o'clock West Coast. I think at one point
Yeah, I
is
think
when
that's
they were
right.
streaming. So yeah, and I think they may have changed by the time I started, but
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, just you watch the evolution of the show, and Sean is a hell of a businessman. Like he understands production and presentation, and you saw him at Brick World and the way he handles all of that. He is a not so secret mastermind in a lot of ways, I think. And there are definitely times where I feel like, this delay is to build anticipation. And like I said, I'm sure that, there are times where that's not the case, but I do feel like that's a part of it. And I could be
there's
completely wrong, but
there's definitely it looks like a plan there, and yeah, no, I've seen Sean in person. It's yeah,
yeah,
it's pretty funny. They always got something going on.
yeah, yeah. He's always got something spinning, it seems like. It's pretty awesome. Let's see, we get some new pop-ins here. Waluigi, hello. Smoky Smokes is here with us. Hello, Smoky. Zizu and Clifford here. Hey, guys.
Hey,
Yeah, little sprinkling from all over the community. I love that.
oh,
I love that so
great.
much. You guys are the best.
But it's
Now,
fun too seeing people pop up in all these different chats too.
uh,
It's like, hey, I know you. Hey,
yeah, yeah. I mean, I would think you recognize a whole lot of these people from several different spots, right?
yeah. Sometimes there is stream fatigue, and with our lives, and you just get busy, and sometimes you're
Mm,
not always there. And sometimes I might just pop in at the beginning and say hi and get my kid to bed, and then pop in and talk a little more later. And yeah,
yep. Yeah. I think you might be one of the few. Actually, I, I think you're one of like three people that I've seen in two, maybe three chats in the same day.
yep, guilty.
Yeah. Which I guess also says something about me if I'm around enough to notice that.
Mhm. Right.
Yeah.
And a lot of the people too are just people I saw in other chats, like getting into the Cool Han chat. I remembered, oh, he's got a stream. I remember him from the ACOB chat. Let's check it out.
Yeah.
His falls at just a perfect time for me on Sundays when I'm getting stuff done around the house, laundry and dishes and all that kind of junk. And
Yeah.
I can it's getting late for them, but for me it's midday. So um, and yeah, then you see other people and oh hey, they've got a stream now too. So you just pop around and
Yeah.
that's I found yours and I was like, oh hey, it's Ken. I'll check his out too. So
And I'm trying to think. So the Brick World stream is, what is that, 5 p.m. for you?
yeah, 5 p.m. Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's kind of
Try-
an awkward time because that's like dinnerish time, right?
Yeah, it depends on how busy I am in my life at that time, but
Yeah.
more so my son's 9 now, so he's just every weekend it's just like yeah, entertain me.
Yeah.
So it can be difficult too, but yeah, Mark's that's one I found from ACOB streams, and I was like, oh, Mark is hilarious. So when I saw he was doing his own streams, I just jumped right in. I was like, this guy's great.
Yeah.
Wish I would have been able to say hi to him a little more at Brick World, but yeah, obviously he's super busy. So yeah, I just keep your distance, let them do their thing. So yeah, if you make me laugh, I'm gonna come around.
Yeah, that show was always fun. For the folks in chat who are not aware, Think Outside the Blocks is 8 p.m. Eastern on Sundays. And that is Brick World Mark, Brick Dad, Z Cerberus, Lene, Brick Babe, and VMAC Attack. I think I caught everyone. And actually, this past Sunday, Suba and Unhappy Mohawk. That man, I'm sorry. Unhappy Mohawk doesn't work for me. It doesn't. I understand it, but man, you cannot attach the word unhappy to that man. You cannot do it. But so the Superhawks were on Sunday. It was great to see them on there. Amazing people.
They were everywhere at Brick World.
Yep. Yeah.
There were certain people that you always saw didn't matter where you were. I mean, there were people working.
Yeah. Those guys cover more friggin' mileage in that building than they cover in the track next door. Unreal.
Yeah, that's probably my biggest warning if anyone goes to Brick World is, my God, you're going to walk so much and you're not going to think about it because you're, not even going outside half the time.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'll just run up to my room really quick and drop some stuff off so I can go buy more stuff. And
yeah. And then you realize it's a 3-mile excursion to get to your room.
Yeah. But it was nice having everything right there. And it was kind of nice to have it a little bit away from the hotel too, except for the garage sale.
Yeah.
But no, it was a good time.
The garage sale that came to you. Yeah.
That was hilarious.
Yeah.
I just kind of sat there and just watched most of it. I bought a couple things, but for the most part, I just took it all in. It was pretty funny. It's great to see some of these vlogs coming out too, and seeing some of this again and going, oh God, oh hey, there I am.
Yeah. Ostef was saying Sunday his vlog's coming out. It's over 2 hours long.
I know. I think M&R's was like 1 hour and 20.
Yeah.
It's like, it just seems like it's impossible to keep these things down.
Yeah. I
took mostly photos. I did some video. I took a bunch of video of the foosball contest, but I just haven't done anything with it. It's just so much to take in.
It's a lot. So what's your overall feel after the first one? Everything they hoped for, miss a few things. How you feeling about it?
The hype is real.
Yep.
And I went by myself, and I hadn't, most people hadn't even seen what I looked like. So it was intimidating to some degree, but it was just something I was like, look, I've been watching these guys go for, 4 straight years. And, I just, this, the pre Brick World hype would come out, and then I just wanted to tune it out. It's like, I'm not going, but, to actually go and see all that, and just everything that's happening and all the people that are there, it's just nuts. Yeah, I mean, it was great. No, I'm having a brain fart now. But yeah, I mean, again, just so much going on. And you just walk into the Rennie the first time, go up those escalator, and just, first time I remember sitting in the lobby and just, Hive goes walking by and Girl Bricks a lot. And just, I was sitting there and M&R came to check in. I was like, what the hell? But it was also really odd to just, not have a visual presence out there and just remind yourself, like, okay, you got to introduce yourself to everybody, because as familiar as they feel to you, they don't know who you are. But I also found it was a great, just, to introduce myself to people, and the reaction I got was very positive. It was just fun. They're like, oh my God, so this is the guy. And, that same way for a lot of people I met there too, that don't, show their face typically, or aren't on a stream or something.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's Anthony and Jake, a couple other guys that they never really seen before. It was cool.
Yeah, in ACOV's Discord, I'd seen pictures of people, so I'd seen what Anthony and Jake looked like before too. They hadn't seen me, so. But yeah, that was cool too, because you get into any of those servers, and there's certain people you talk to all the time, and it was just great to finally put a face to the name, and then hang out.
Yep. For days.
Yeah. But it was the other thing. Yeah. So the walking is no lie. You will walk a lot, no matter you leave or not. The hype is real, but it's sorry, flustered again. it's just amazing, the community. Everyone was just so gracious, and that was the great thing. You could just walk, from one group to another, and everyone just seemed to get along so well.
Was there anything? So, Brick World is kind of two different things, right? There's the actual Lego part, which is funny because it's one of the least talked about parts after the convention, right? And then there's the people, right?
Mhm.
When you left the convention, did you think about the actual Lego at all? Or did it take a while to kind of get over the people part and be like, oh yeah, that thing was cool. I forgot to tell the kid about that, whatever, that kind of thing.
Uh, yeah, the Lego did kind of go to the side. I mean, because now you're just hanging out. We all know that we like Lego.
Yeah.
More so, like things I wanted to buy, or scouting out vendors and seeing cool things. I flew by myself with just carry on, and so I didn't have a lot of room to pack back, and so I tried to keep it to unique small things. And so, other than that, yeah, I wasn't really thinking about Lego. It was like, oh, what are we doing now? Oh, now, okay. Oh, don't forget to eat. Yeah, we should probably eat.
Yeah.
um, and just bouncing around. Yeah, it was definitely about the people. Not necessarily where are we going, but where are we hanging out now. So
Yeah. Yeah. The food is more about, relocating a conversation than it is about actual eating.
right, and to have enough room to where it feels like, even though you're all at different tables, you're all just still kind of milling around a bit. So
Yeah. Yeah. That gets tricky because the Garth gang rolls deep. They travel in just like giant flocks.
yeah, I did one of those at Moretti's. That was pretty interesting. Just
Yeah.
a whole bunch of us here. We're gonna eat now. All right. But yeah, other times just forgetting to eat. And I was just losing track of what time it was the entire time I was there. Of course, with the time zone change of a couple hours,
Yeah.
staying up till 2 in the morning was really only like midnight for me. Um, but it was an endurance contest. Depending on what you wanted to do, throwing
Yeah.
back a lot of beverages was nice too, but
Yeah.
had
Yeah.
to drink a lot of vitamin water. Hydrating, that was another big thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, just packing water with me, whether I had beers in the backpack or not. Just yeah.
How you feeling about next year? Any consideration there?
Yeah, I really want to go. I don't know if I'm going to or not. Will probably go ahead and buy tickets right away when they go on sale, whatever that's August or September or whenever that, and reserve the room. Then we'll see. I mean, I definitely want to go. My son's very interested in going too. Of course, he's 9, so it'd be party time. But he loves playing with Lego and building all sorts of just horrifying monstrosities. Um, but also some of the activities too for him. And so I told him, well, like, I don't know if I'm going next year or not, but when I go again, you can go with me. So I'm going to plan like I'm going. I don't know if I can or not, but that is the goal.
Okay.
And plan it out a little more ahead of time. I think the entire time I was getting ready to go this time, I was like, it's just kind of in the back of my head. Oh yeah. Till I, bought airline tickets and like, oh, okay. I guess I am
Now
going.
it's real. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Um, to pay some of that stuff off before I go instead of now, but that's fine.
Yeah. Um, yeah. Booking well in advance changes the impact of the whole event, I think. Oh yeah. All right, hold on. Sorry, I'm going to put this up on screen here. Vote for Superhawk in America's favorite couple competition. Link on socials. Thank you all. Have a good night. Yeah. So it's all over their Instagram. I believe it's on TikTok as well. But they are in the running in a competition for America's favorite couple, and they are awesome. So you should go and vote for them. That'd be a great thing to do. I'm gonna find that. All right. Yeah. So when we buy our tickets in whatever it is, September or something crazy, it's like, oh my God, Brick World just ended. I'm already buying tickets. And then a week later, it's like, oh my God, I have to wait so long for this. And then 2 weeks later, you have like 50 days left. It's like, shit,
Mhm.
I'm not
Yeah,
ready.
it caught up quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was even thinking about brick slopes because that's a lot closer to me. And hearing some people going to that, I don't know. Because it's at August.
Yeah, it's the
Okay.
last, or it's either the last or second to last weekend of August.
It's more tempting for me because I think it's like a 10-hour drive, which isn't terrible. But
Yeah. It's, well, especially if you're buying more than one plane ticket,
yeah,
it's a lot easier to think about.
yeah, that was easy for me by going solo. I got the dirt cheap ticket, and you know, as long as I didn't have any layovers, just direct flight, and saved up a lot of money that way. I hadn't flown in probably 20 years when I went to Brick World,
Wow.
so had a little anxiety there too. But I mean, yeah, God, it's terrible. Once if you want to get seats together, and then that's an upcharge, and it's like everything's an upcharge. So it's going to be a lot more expensive when my son goes, but oh well.
Yep. Yeah. And this year was crazy too. Uh, Usually when book tickets, it'll tell you, like, hey, you should wait a little while. Flights are going to get cheaper. This is a bad time, whatever. When we bought our tickets, we had waited, and it's like, oh yeah, yeah, expect a month from now or whatever to be when the cheap tickets happen.
Hmm.
Right on, let's do that. Well, that month later was right when all of the TSA nonsense was going on, and they didn't have any workers, and gas is $4 a gallon, and everything's going to hell. And it's like, well, I'm afraid to wait any longer. So the cost of one ticket this year was the price of two tickets last year. I
Ouch.
was not happy.
Yeah, I still
Oh,
hadn't.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah. Sorry, did you see this? Derek just shared here. I don't know if you caught this. Um,
I saw that. I think that's general admission. So I don't know if that. I
yeah,
think that's just for the public days. But I found that very interesting that they're pushing that.
yeah. I was so happy for Cody when I saw that.
That's really cool.
Yep, yeah. Um, I cannot find this. I'm so internet stupid. It's fine. Yeah, that 10-hour ride. Could you handle a 10-hour ride with your kid?
There'd be a lot of
Like,
stops. Obviously, 10 hours
yeah,
is probably more like 15, right?
yeah.
Might be a stay overnight. I don't know. Um, he hasn't done a ride that long. Done
That's
five
a
or
lot.
six,
Yeah,
but he is getting older, so he doesn't get car sick anymore, which is great.
yeah. That helps.
Because he used to
The
just get freaked out about just worrying about that he was going to get sick, and that almost made it even worse.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
yeah. Thanks for bringing that up. Yeah, that's. I got to remember I can't just drive all the way through like I want to.
it's a lot of bathroom breaks.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Well,
yeah.
you have a boy though, so that makes bathroom breaks a little easier.
We have more options sometimes, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, yeah.
But
People are also a lot more understanding with a little boy. If you just throw a car door open somewhere, doesn't quite
yeah,
work the same when you
we
get
have to. We at
girls.
least try and get out of sight. But yeah,
Yeah, I mean, you're not standing in the middle of a parking lot. That's bad
but a
training.
little boy, that's the kind of stuff he'd do. Just drop trow and be proud.
Yeah, I mean, you got to at least shield yourself.
Right? Yeah. Uh,
Uh, yeah, I've been on construction sites for, I don't know, 25 or so years now,
mm,
and from time to time, there's always a guy that ends up, bringing his kid to work or something, and you see just that. You see like the 5-year-old just hanging it out with his hands on his hips, all proud of himself, peeing in the middle of a job site. It's like, oh man,
it's
it's like,
liberating.
yeah,
I live on I'm on 10 acres, and so we're out in a farm community area, about 12 minutes from town, and that's the reality. We have a front road, but then I have a hayfield. Just go ahead, kid. Don't worry about it.
yeah,
Nobody's around.
yep. Nature is your toilet. Do what you do. It's so funny. Yeah, there's something kind of freeing about it.
Yeah, I grew up in a town setting, with your neighbors are right on top of you. Um, then we ended up moving out to a place in the woods one time, and then after that, it was like I didn't really like being in the woods, but being where I'm at here, we do have some trees around at the front yard. It's kind of nice that area there, but everything's pretty open around here because in the woods. You didn't know where the freaks were coming from, right? When they'd show up out there. Here we can see them coming, so that's kind of nice.
Okay.
But we don't usually have those issues. It's pretty rural.
Yeah, you can shoot them from a nice, safe distance. Yeah.
In Texas.
Yeah. Here, I'm going to drop this into chat. This is an obnoxiously long link, but this is the link to vote for the Superhawks and their America's Favorite Couple thing because they're great, and I think that's a worthwhile thing. If I remember right, you got to log in with Facebook. I think was the easy way to do it.
Oh God, Facebook.
Yeah, it's a little ridiculous, but it's worth an extra step or two because they're great.
I was locked. I don't really use Facebook. I was locked out of it for years because I had a phone number change, and then when I decided I wanted to get back into it, I couldn't recover it password wise. And then recently found out that my Hotmail on my phone is somehow inexplicably linked to it, so that if I get an email or a notification from Facebook, I click on it, I can get in.
Wow.
Yeah, again, old man syndrome.
Yeah. Well, that's perfect then, because isn't Facebook just for old people now?
Right.
I think that's the deal over there.
I had a MySpace account back in the day, so that dates me at all.
Oh, that's how my wife and I met.
Oh wow. I remember my friends were figuring out all these ways to like code it and customize and make their spaces look really cool, and I just got to that point and was like,
Yeah. Yeah, I knew how to like add music, and that was good enough for me. It's fine.
I might have figured out how to upload a photo, and that was about it.
Yeah, MySpace. Didn't Justin Timberlake end up buying that in the end before it turned to garbage? I think it was something like that.
Isn't it still going?
It may still exist. I don't know. I think I moved from there to Facebook and then was very happy to leave Facebook, I don't know, 10 or 15 years ago. I mean, I still have an account. I go over there there's a bunch of decent Lego groups over there that are good for a little bit of information, but more to lurk than to converse. Like you can't read through the comments because it's a friggin' cesspool and everybody's crying about everything all the time.
Yeah.
I can't handle that level of sensitivity. There's a lot of sensitive people in the Lego community, man. And hey, it's whatever, we all have our issues, so that's fine. But
yeah, a lot of sensitive people these days, it seems.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And
everybody's so angry.
Yeah, and it's like if you have a legitimate problem, then I wish you the best of luck. If there's any way I can help, I want to help, whatever. But there's people that have like pretty decent lives that are complaining about like the pettiest shit. And it's like, come on, man. If this is the worst thing that's going on in your world, you should be so thankful.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, I had some pretty fun times in my life and really had to work through a lot of things. So people are getting bent out of shape over, I don't know. Maybe it's big to them though. See, now I'm trivializing what their issue is, right? So.
Yeah. If you're making like what is essentially a documentary about like the downfall of Lego, and it's black box art, and the prices are going up, and yeah, some of that stuff, it's not great. But really, like, we don't have to get that upset about it. Like, move to Lumi Bricks, or buy a little less, or rebuild some old stuff, buy some used stuff, rebrickables. There's a million ways that you can stay active and have fun and not have it completely ruin your day, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, box art's nice. I understand, and if you're reviewing something, you should cover all these things.
Yep.
I mean, if you're not, then what kind of review are you doing?
Yeah.
You're just
No,
whatever. In
I,
reality, I'm gonna.
I'm fine with the reviewers. It's like the average Joe in the comments who's
Oh
posting on
yeah.
everybody like it.
I tend to stay out of the comments. I mean, other than like in chats, once in a while, if it's one of my friends and I want to help support them, I'll get in there and do some chat and some thumbs up. But other than that, yeah, there's just I don't know. It seems like most people that have the time or want to post, comments in those things, just yeah, they got problems.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the idea of the thumbs up there. Oh, hey, actually, on that note, anyone who hasn't yet, if you want to go and give that like button a little tickle, appreciate that. And I think that is like the greatest thing that you can do anywhere in the socials. And if it goes by in like your YouTube, not YouTube, Instagram stories, whatever, you're flipping by, you're going through like the zipper, people get a lot on there. Just hit the heart button as you go by. Like they're your friends. You want to tickle the algorithm a little bit, make sure that people are actually showing up more. That like button goes a long way, and it does feel a little warm and fuzzy knowing that you put the work in, and the people you want to see it are actually seeing it. Because otherwise, you have no idea, right? Because the stories only go out to your people.
Yeah,
So
and you help your friends, and it helps you avoid your algorithm going out of control.
yeah,
When you accidentally linger a little too long on a disaster video, and then that's all you're getting.
yeah,
Instagram in particular. I'm not on TikTok. I do have an Instagram account. Um, I think I only got that so I could DM Hive after a stream. It's like, okay, here we go, another social.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah. The algorithm is very easy to fix because the algorithm is you, right?
mhm.
So whatever you watch, it's going to give you more of. If something shows up in your feed and you pause to watch it just a little bit, like you don't have to touch it, you just like hesitate while you're in the scroll, it knows that you paused. So it's going to give you more. So you just hit a like button a little bit more, watch some of your friends comment content a little more, a little comment here. You clean up the algorithm real quick. It's a good fix. Let's see. And it says, how you like the price of Captain Rex right now? Is that still like a $7 or so? Is that still really discounted?
It was a month ago. I think it was down to $8 again, but I think it's been floating around 12.
Yeah, 12 is way too much. At like, I think the lowest I saw was like 6.97 or something.
I bought a stack whenever those were on sale. They were like $5 at one point. Was it last year? Just to maybe buy some make some more sig figs one of these days.
Oh, he might be talking about the helmet. That's right, because the helmet's retiring this year.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. I don't remember off the top of my head what the helmet is on sale for. I feel like it was only 20% off, which is probably too expensive still. Because that was pretty widely available on clearance at Walmart for as low as $36, I think is the cheapest we were seeing it. And pretty widely available, like 42. Let's see. On Amazon. All right. Rex helmet. What is that? I'm in the mood for some shopping.
Yeah.
I don't even see it. Oh, probably because I spelled it wrong like an asshole.
Rex.
Yeah, RAX. Yeah, great job.
Nice.
I am seeing it without a buy box, and at $76 right now.
Whoa.
Loaded up at $36. Huge win, 200 units. I love that. Well done, sir. Yeah, that set's gonna break $100, I would say. I don't think that's a stretch at all. Rex is the man. Did you? Perfect timing too. Did you watch all of Clone Wars? I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I started watching those when they first came out, actually. So I was in my 30s or so, or whatever the heck that was.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the Disney takeover of Star Wars. Kind of had a dark age of Star Wars there where I just avoided it for a while.
Yeah.
Just pissed me off, you know. Dark Horse Comics have been making the comics forever, you know. And the Clone Wars was like Cartoon Network or whatever. And so Disney buys Star Wars and they just go out and start canceling all the contracts so they can just start up all their own stuff. So I was kind of bummed about that. And then, of course, Episode 8 did its thing. And I was not a big Star Wars fan for quite a few years until Mandalorian Season 2. I didn't even watch Mandalorian when it first came out, even though we had Disney Plus, because I just was like, whatever, it's just going to suck.
So you didn't like the first season?
No, I didn't even watch it. I was still hung up on whatever, Last Jedi and the outcome of that. And it took me a couple of years just to watch Episode 9. So I was just so mad about what went down. In fact, I had to watch it in two. It took me like a year and watched it in 2 parts. I did finally, you know, come back a few years later, and I've rewatched it a couple of times just to, I don't know, was I just mad? And yeah, but at the same time, it wasn't great. So I had fatigue from the Disney takeover, and so Mandalorian came out, and I'm like, it's not Boba Fett, whatever. You know, and I think my wife had even watched it, and I didn't watch it. And it wasn't until I think I picked up the first episode of Season 2 and decided I liked it and went back and watched it, and then
Okay.
got to the last episode and had that moment.
Yep.
Yelling at the TV. I was doing it. It was uncontrollable. Just like, this is all we wanted, you know. I was 8 years old when Return of the Jedi came out in theaters, and I vividly remember going to see that. And you know, to quote Sean, it's fucking Luke, you know, and that's what it was about. If you were playing as kids, it's either you wanted to be Luke or you wanted to be Han, or, you know, I mean, that was it. That's what it was. And so that's what I like. I mean, the deep fake stuff, I've rewatched it now and it's like, this isn't that good. You know, I had almost wished that they had just gone with a different actor to play Luke at that point and just move forward with it. But I mean, for what it was, it was just like what every 8-year-old kid wanted after Return of the Jedi. It was like, yes, we want to see this. But yeah, that was that pivotal moment that got me into Lego. I think I was scrolling through Amazon and I was like, ooh, they have Lego.
Yeah. Disney, man. There's some people that are going to get upset here. Disney's done some decent Star Wars. They just have, right? And I understand a lot of the complaints, but yeah, it's the first couple of seasons of Mandalorian were great. Andor was phenomenal. Trying to think.
Skeleton Crew was.
Yep. Yeah, Skeleton Crew. I mean, I watched it. I watched that with my kids. They had a great time with it.
Yeah.
Rogue One was Disney time, right?
It was, yeah.
Rogue One was great. So
yeah, that is one of my favorites. I even like Han Solo movie too.
Yeah.
I just think it was a victim of circumstances. It wasn't the greatest thing, but I mean, it was enjoyable. It's an adventure.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly the thing. You know, it was good entertainment. And you can't be hypercritical of everything all the time. Sometimes you just need to have some fun, right?
Mhm.
Which I haven't seen Mandalorian and Grogu yet. I wasn't in that big of a rush.
Mhm.
Masters of the Universe was definitely the priority for me.
Right on.
I'm still glad I did. Uh, but I'm really looking forward to seeing it. And I'm just expecting, I don't know, like Indiana Jones kind of action. And if I get that, I'm happy. Let's see some monsters and some chase scenes and, some blasters and, a little green guy screeching on occasion. And that's all right, you know?
They got monsters. They got blasters.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It's okay. Um,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, I went and saw it the Thursday just to get it over with. Honestly, I didn't want to have to like avoid socials and everything else, and avoid spoilers. And I was just more worried that it wasn't going to be any good. It's good. It's fine. It's nothing groundbreaking to me. I don't want to spoil anything for you, but
Yeah.
I was excited to take my son to see it, and I ended up going by myself, and then I didn't go back, and it's gone. It's like shit. I
Oh,
still
man.
haven't taken my kid to a Star Wars movie.
Oh, man. Yeah.
But there will be others.
Yep. Yeah. They're not going to let it stop.
No.
And they shouldn't, right? I mean, because why would they? As long as they're making money. Although I don't think they made a lot on the last one. But
What I'd like to really see are like the marketing numbers. What are they getting from? I'm sorry, not marketing, merchandising, because
yeah,
that's where they make the money. We heard that from George Lucas back in the day that the real money's in merchandising.
yep,
So The Mandalorian and Grogu doesn't do great in the box office. Well, does it sell twice as much as what it took in? Probably.
yeah.
In merchandise, I mean, they splatter that stuff everywhere.
It's Mel Brooks, Spaceballs, merchandising.
Exactly. I really have my fingers crossed for the sequel on that one.
Oh man, me
They
too.
really need to go naked gun and just give Hollywood a good once over.
Yep. Yeah, I don't think there's any chance that it's bad. That's I'm sticking with it. I
Shouldn't be. It should be good. I mean, is it a cash grab after all these years?
I hope so.
I mean, go for it.
Yep. Because I would like to think that Mel Brooks still has the ability to do the cash grab and play with it as much as he possibly can and just have a ball with it. And that's cool. Because you're just expecting like a whole very long series of like elaborate dad jokes over and over again, right?
Mhm.
That's just what the movie's going to be. Give me that and it'll be perfect. You know?
There's so much new material for them to make fun of it. I mean, I feel like they can't lose.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of effort, and I think it'll be great.
Yeah. Hey, Liam's here.
The
There you go. Sexy Rexy.
sexy Rexy.
Yeah. Good to see you, Liam. Yep. Yeah. After all that time away, Liam is finally back to work this week.
I know. I heard him say that. I was like, "Geez, you finally go back to work? Holy crap!"
Yep. Yeah. I can't say that I don't envy it a little bit, but also he earned it after all the expense associated with that trip.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, geez, just for me. I mean, I probably with food and buying stuff, airline ticket, hotel, all that. Probably spent like $2,500 somewhere in that line.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
but if that's what you're going to spend, and I mean, the thing is the food, that's always the thing that's what really killed me in Chicago. It was just like, man, it doesn't seem to matter where I go. Everything is so freaking overpriced in my mind. I mean, I still think I should be able to get lunch for $5, but I'm getting over that.
Yeah.
But it was just funny. We went to the mall one day. I think I was with Anthony and Jake. And I was like, we'll just go to hit the Burger King and then go to the Lego store. I'm like, okay, sweet. $19.99 meal.
At Burger King?
Yeah, in
Oh
the
man,
mall. I was like, oh my God.
that's
Screw it.
bananas.
I just, at that point, I was like, whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah. Well, it's Hooters was cheap. Uh, Uncle Bill's, the place we go for breakfast, was cheap. You never made it over there with us. If you come back
Mm-mm.
next year, we should make that happen.
Yeah, I was running some strange hours.
Uh, I mean, we
I,
were going to breakfast at 11 a.m.
yeah.
Yeah, that was cheap. Rosie's is I don't know. It's basically a sandwich shop in like a commercial building.
Nice.
Food there is pretty good. That was cheap. So I mean, there's options.
Hmm.
It was a burger at Hooters was 14, $15. I didn't think that was terrible.
No.
And there was what, a million of us there that day, whenever that was. I don't even remember when that happened. Shit, I
Some,
have no idea.
somewhere in the void.
Yeah, man, time doesn't move normal out there at all.
No, it didn't. It does fly by too. Yeah, that was the thing. Yeah, finding myself sitting there that last day, and I was just like, man, I don't even want to talk. This is bumming me out, just knowing I gotta go.
Yep,
Uh,
yep, yeah. It's
I can
tough.
see, I can see why some of the guys go for like a week or more.
Yep, yeah. It, well, and I think this is especially true for the younger guys because I vaguely remember being that age. And then, you know, you are just starting to build or attempt to build lifelong relationships, right? And when people are so far away and you're just starting to get settled into the groove of your life, you really don't want to break free and let go of that. You want to cram in every minute you possibly can. So I get why they do it. And then you return to normal life, and normal life just feels like even more of a slog when it's over. It's like, oh man, back to
Yeah,
reality.
it was weird for a couple days.
Yeah,
I took like a day off after I got back just to get settled in, but yeah,
yeah. I may consider that next year. I may consider it. The day off would be helpful.
yeah, I get lots of time off, luckily, but I'm the boss, so I don't get to take a lot.
Yeah,
I mean, I do, but it
but
can
you
be
pay for it afterwards.
difficult. Yeah, so, but right, yeah, because I took a week off to take the family on a vacation before I went to Brick World, so I took a week off, went back to work for like 2 days, and then flew out, and then came back midweek the following week, and just completely disoriented. I didn't know what day it was.
Yeah,
Maybe take more time off next time.
yeah. I get no time off, like zero. It's the joy of being self-employed, right?
Hmm.
So not only do I have to factor in like the normal costs of flights and rent a car and whatever, but I'm completely unpaid for all of the days I take off. There is no income being generated at that point.
Hmm. Yeah, whether you're a contractor or just hourly, I mean, I was in the trades for 20 years, bending nails and whatnot, and just got to a point where I finally had a job where it was like, oh, I did get some vacation. I get like 1 week a year, and that's the reality. It's like if I
Yeah,
take time off, I'm not getting paid.
yeah,
It's just part of the reason why I ended up taking a government job because I get the time off and I can take it. So
yeah.
that and
Ooh, and
healthcare,
benefits
it's
too.
like, yeah, that was the thing. I think at the time my son was like a year and a half or so, and it was like, okay. I
Yeah,
remember, yeah, doing tax returns and getting fined for not having healthcare coverage. It
yeah,
was great. Oh, I'm getting a good return this year. Oh, there's $3,000 back as a penalty for not being insured.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So that's what
yeah.
led me into a chair at a desk. But
I
it's
don't.
like life, adapt, I guess. So
Chair life is going to be hard though.
it's hard getting used to it first,
Yeah,
you know. I enjoyed construction. I was a framer. I did flooring and tile, and anything I wanted to pick up, I did, and I had a lot of fun doing it.
Yep.
But then the body got broken after a few years, and
Yeah.
so and then started a desk job, which turned into desk and swinging a hammer,
Oh,
and that just wasn't tenable. So no,
yep.
but
Very,
oh well.
very hard to juggle both.
No, you just don't sleep at that point.
Yep. Yeah.
Not
And
not getting paid for a lot of it too, and you're dependent on bonuses and yeah.
yeah. Well, and your body starts to rebel because it's
Mhm.
like, wait, whoa, hold on. I thought we were doing paperwork. Why are you climbing a ladder? Like, what are you doing here?
Yeah, yeah, getting yelled at by my boss. It's like, why are you doing this? I'm like, because I couldn't find anybody to do it in the time frame I needed.
Yep.
Seemed logical to me.
Yep.
Get up at 2 in the morning, do your estimates, and go to work. No, yeah, yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
That's for the younger guys. They can do it.
It's hard though. I mean, really the only time I touch tools now is I do. We call it contractor overlap, right?
Hmm.
You don't know if the plumber is supposed to do it or the electrician's supposed to do it, and neither one of them wants to, so I do it, right?
And you
I'll
don't
fill
want
in the
to, and you don't want to pay them to clean up, so you get to do
no,
that too.
yeah, and there's always, the inspector comes in and he's like, oh, well, I want that adjusted, and then the electrician's on a different job, and you're not going to bring him back in for
Mm,
whatever it is, like $150 an hour
yeah.
to change a plate that's too tight and cracked or whatever the story is. So
Oh my goodness.
yeah,
Cracked plate.
oh yeah, man. We've had some ridiculous failed inspections lately over most ridiculous things. We got a lot of new inspectors in the area.
Oh, that's tough. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
We try not to do that to our customers.
Yeah.
It's hard to retain staff because I've told you I'm a building official, and so yeah, I've got the inspectors and plans examiners are all under me, and yeah, when you start doing that kind of work, you're a bit gung ho about it. It does take some time to kind of settle in, but geez, cracked plates on a
Yeah.
fucking switch cover. We don't do electrical where I'm at, though. State Labor and Industries does that. Thank God. Uh, who would I be telling somebody what to do with electrical when the contractor knows more about it than I do?
Yeah.
The other stuff we get by on just fine, but yeah, it's a strange world. There's a lot of goofy stories.
Yeah. And man, the new guys love to call you on everything that they possibly can, and like they're just trying to show you how much they know.
Right.
You've been an inspector for like 3 months, and you came from the facilities department at the high school. Whatever, it's fine. Go ahead. I'll fix it.
The level of background for some inspectors it's just different. I mean, it varies. For my industry, they call it the silver tsunami, where so many people are retiring or at that age that there are tons of jobs. You know, and sometimes you just don't have candidates, and you just need to hire people and train them up. So
Yeah.
that's one of the problems that we're always running into. But try and
Yeah.
be fair.
Yeah. I think you get to the point where if you've worked in the trades for a long time, and if you've done well enough for yourself that you're still in one piece, but you can't truly hang up the hammer, so you need to stay connected in some kind of way, then become an inspector, because you've been around enough, you've seen it all, you know how it works. Great. Or if you've been doing it forever and you have not put yourself in the best spot, go work at Home Depot or Lowe's, because then you're still kind of connected. You can still get some benefits out of the deal, but you're not inspector worthy, I guess. I think those are the two options.
Yeah. I mean, it's just different, right? I mean, I remember when I learned how to be a framer and we form concrete and all that, and I didn't necessarily know the code, but I knew what would pass inspection, right? So, if it's every 48 inches on, these verticals and your footing, and we'd go 32. I can't remember why the guy that trained me, he had a reason. Everything was meant to save money, but, I worked for custom builders when I was first starting, so every detail we went after, and so I knew how to pass inspections, but I didn't necessarily know what the code was, right? So, um, yeah, but then getting on this side of it where I'm at now, you start to see why some of the, why they do certain things the way they are and why there are certain requirements. And I just try and bridge that gap for my customers. For us, it's all customer service. So, yeah, we have to fail people all the time, but try at least, explain to them what's going on. We have code changes. I've got another one coming up. And so that's a lot of outreach to our customers. So there just used to be a lot of cranky dickheads that did this job. Honestly, that's what I experienced back in the day. And it's like, I was a plans examiner and did that for several years, and then became a building official. And it's like, okay, well, I want to work with people. I have codes to enforce, but we find ways to work with people. So I don't know how much that's changing. It's a large country. But
Now, have you found that there's a lot of problems with like newer products, like some of the composite decking, framing 12 inches on center, things like that? People have a lot of problems with that.
I don't get out in the field much. Not a lot that I'm hearing of. We'll get new
Okay.
products out, and we've got like the wildland fire codes and certain things that whether you have to have non-combustible materials for certain things, um, and getting the right papers to prove that it qualifies for whatever you're looking for. So whether
Mhm.
it's some sort of ASTM or NFPA certification, something to tell me that it's okay. And there is a ton of new product coming out all the time. Um, and sometimes I have vendors come to me to try and explain what it is so that we know, because a lot of people will see something and like, oh, that doesn't pass. You can't use that. But there are a lot of ways around that if they have the right paperwork. So, um, but yeah, there's always new stuff coming out.
Do you have state enforced lead testing out there for
No,
remodels? No.
no, no.
Oh, good for you.
Um, the county, we have different air jurisdictions around Washington State, and so different clean air authorities. Some are really stringent. Where I live in our county, fire departments like to come here for prescribed burns. They'll take old buildings and burn them down because they don't have our air quality standards up there to where you can't do it anywhere else in the state. So they'll come here to do those sort of things. Um, I mean, there's certain state laws in place when it comes to asbestos, lead, and all that. Um, and a lot of times it's up to the homeowner to make sure that they're doing it right, but often they don't know. So, but I also worked for a restoration company at one point too, and a lot of water losses, fire damage, and running into things like asbestos and whatnot, and mold remediation and all that, sewage losses. It was, yes, I've been in a lot of filth, um,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Asbestos tastes terrible.
Oh God, that's the worst.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Hold on one second.
Is it just me sitting here? Maybe we could read through the chat. Where's the chat? Trying to see who's in the chat here. Yeah, I know. I got a band in here. What's going on, Jake? Yeah, I saw your message in the Discord. Sorry I said the wrong thing for the bumpy, blue spiky thing. Uh, Has anyone out there watched all the new X-Men? I'm only one episode in, so don't Don't tell me. So far, so good though. It was like the era of the X-Men comics that I was collecting when when I used to be into it.
Oh, hey, Pockets is here. What's going on, man?
Yeah, I was trying to not provide dead air. Have you seen the new X-Men? The
The
X-Men
new
97.
97
Yeah,
part
season
2.
2. Yeah,
I have not.
I finally watched the first episode today. I
How is
like
it?
it.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's pretty good. I mean, I don't know. When I was younger, I remember that freaking theme song. I just hated it. And so like the first time they did that on the new series on Disney, I was just rolling my eyes in the back of my freaking skull. Um, but it ended up being nice and dark for that first season. I was surprised. It reminded me more of the comics back in that time period. So I used to collect X-Men comics back in the day. So into the 90s at some point, got out of high school and stopped. But
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to do it at some point. It's very hard for me to watch things that could potentially suck me in because then I don't get any work done. You know,
yeah,
I can't do it.
I've got a lot of shows that I play all the time because I think that's the thing that keeps me away from watching new stuff sometimes is that I want to pay attention when I'm doing it. And if I'm working on something else, then I'm not going to. So,
Yeah. Yeah, you find yourself like staring at the TV at a weird angle, holding a bunch of stuff. It's like, why was I going in the other room? I got distracted. I'm stuck.
yeah, I tend to watch something I've basically got memorized in my head already. So I'll just pop in whatever episodes of Star Wars or whatever, just play it again.
I think I was in the wrong chat. What chat were you in, Liam? What are you
There's
talking about here?
Oh, in the Vert stream.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yep. Yep. That's what it was. I hate that YouTube doesn't have a unified chat.
Right.
It seems so stupid.
Yeah, I would think it would be all in the same chat. I mean, maybe that's just way too difficult for them to figure out, but that's the biggest problem I have where I don't watch the vertical streams is that most people are usually in the regular stream and so I go there for the chat and then you miss out on whatever's going on in the other one.
Yep.
Or
Yeah.
if it's a Cool Hang Luke stream and they got 6 different streams out when you go in to your feed and try to figure out which one it is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start telling people in their chat that go like and thumbs up all 6 streams and you're entered for a prize or something. I don't know. I understand wanting to get the word out. It was funny because I was looking at their viewership numbers from that last weekend's episode, and I think Whittaky had a stream that had like 129 views on it. And it's just wild that some have more than others. And yeah, I mean, I suppose not everybody that watches is subscribed to all 3 of them, but so
yeah, on Cool Han's channel, the show with Johnny Coyne there. Last I saw, it had like 150 views in like the normal full screen version. It's like, what's going on there? That doesn't seem right. You're just dividing viewers far too many ways and not having it right where it's supposed to be, I guess.
I think that's the byproduct of that. I mean, I think it's great cross promoting each other and all that. I mean, that's awesome. They all want each other's channels to do well, and that's great. It's just too bad they can't all get all those views. But yeah, it does get fragmented, which is interesting.
Yeah, there needs to be like a network of some sort. Like, actually, I talked to Liam about this, I think, during Brick World. You familiar with ELPN?
I don't believe so.
Okay. So I think that was started by Josh Build Stuff. And then Ken Nerd and a couple other people came in. The Superhawks ended up over there. And they had like 5 or 6 different shows with like 5 or 6 different hosts, but they were all run under one channel.
Hmm.
So it was actually like a network. And they could all, advertise to all of their individual crowds, but everybody ended up watching under one channel.
Right, like a network with all these different time slots,
Yeah.
like a TV station. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great. I mean, that way people, yeah, it's one of the things I like about some of those charity streams where it gets handed off, or the live stream marathons,
Yeah.
because you do get exposed to a lot of other people. I think that's nice too.
That's how I met Coolon.
Nice.
Yeah. That was 2 years ago.
Is that the wildfire
Yeah.
stream? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the first time we worked together, was on that one.
Nice.
And that was great. I met him. I met Jen Builds for the first time. She's fantastic. I think that might have been the first time I talked to Ostef, was during that.
Oh, nice.
And a couple other people, interacted. And I did my first interview, I think the week after that.
Okay.
I think it was the week after that. So yeah, that was February. So we're 18 months in, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, like
Year and a
3.
half already.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I think I've only missed 3 or 4 weeks,
Yeah.
maybe less.
No, I think you're pretty much there every
Yeah.
week. That's tough, Jeez.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
people have to miss them from time to time. ACOB can be that Thursday night fixture, and it's always a bummer when they can't go. But she's
Yeah.
they're there 50 weeks out of the year, plus others. I mean, families, jobs. That's work.
Yeah, I think Brick World I was really sick for one show and I missed that. So I think I missed 2 weeks all of last year.
Nice.
Yeah. And the day of the show that I skipped at Brick World, I ended up on stage on somebody else's show. So,
Right.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's hard. And there's no shortage of awesome people to have on the show. And the list of guests that I want to get on here is just endless. And it gets tricky though, because I always feel bad, like I'm taking their time away. So I always hesitate a little bit to ask, like, hey, it's can you spare a couple hours to come and hang out with me? Which is kind of a weird mindset, but eventually I'll get over that.
It's great because you get exposure to a lot more people that are out there that you just miss. There's just so much to filter through. But, no, it's great to have channels like this where you get to go see samples of different people and spread out and follow what you want to follow.
Yeah, well, that's what we shoot for. I love this community as a whole, and I want people on here from every little corner, and I don't know, like niches, whatever, within the community, sub communities, whatever. Like, I appreciate the people that are, like purely into Star Wars and all Star Wars content all the time. That's its thing. I couldn't watch that all the time.
Mhm.
Like, I couldn't watch an all Mox all the time kind of thing, or pure like city building, or whatever else. I like the variety, and there's cool people everywhere. So try to get them all on here.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I can't listen to every single Star Wars channel. It's just too
Yeah.
much, especially when there's like a new movie or series coming out. I actually unsubscribe from some so I don't get the spoilers. I don't want to know
Yeah.
what's going on, but I mean, it's looking for the people with the same perspectives that you share.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for. So it's not all Star Wars, but there's a lot in there. But
Yeah.
for the personalities, I want to have fun. Yeah, I need to laugh. You know,
Yeah.
how many days do we have? And it's just like, man, I need to laugh more. So
Yeah.
I
The
definitely
Cub
find myself
Discord is
doing that.
great for that.
Yeah, there's a lot of funny people in there. We have a good time.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
anything.
miss the movie channel in the Discord. I can't go in there anymore. So,
Movies?
yeah, the
Hmm.
TV, movies, and sports channel in the Discord. It's still there. I just can't go because I'm
Oh.
so far behind on content that
Oh, I see what you're saying. Sorry.
every post is a spoiler. It's
I
like,
thought CPA ban hammered you or something. It's
not
like,
yet.
you don't get to contribute anymore in only these categories.
Yeah, that's that's absolutely a move he would make.
I mean, things happen on accident, too, right? I think it was
Yeah,
one of the Hive streams last weekend, and one of the moderators accidentally banned someone.
yeah.
Found out the next day that he like fell asleep on his phone or something. Because we were
Yeah,
going back through, going, "What did he say? What did he say?" I'm like, "I don't see anything bad at all
yeah.
here." And I'm like, well, I don't know what's going on. So
Oh,
it was,
that was Tron,
General.
wasn't
Yeah, it
it?
was General Tron, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. The next day, he's like, "I don't know what I did."
yeah, yeah. That's right. Because he came into the Brick World stream wearing it like a badge of honor.
Oh man.
Like, look at Jazzy, me too.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Jazzy.
Uh,
Brick Tron. It's great.
did you get to meet Jazzy at Brick World?
I didn't. No, no.
No,
I,
she
I,
is
I did
awesome.
hear, yeah, that she was there. And I saw that after the fact, I think, and I was like, ah, crap.
Yeah, yeah, she is fantastic. It, you know how uh, obviously there are people out there that are a little on the quieter side and they take a little bit to warm up. That's how she was, and I don't know if it's just because Tanya and I were very loud, or she's loud. I eventually get very loud, but Jazzy started off kind of quiet, and after like an hour or two of hanging out with her, it's like shit. She's funny. God,
It's funny as hell in the Brick World chat.
yeah, she's just fantastic. A pleasure to be around. Yeah, yeah, it was great spending time with her. Uh, oh, I missed Liam saying goodbye.
Oh,
Sorry, Liam.
pallets
Gotta
of
drive
oyster.
2 pallets of oysters to another farm.
Nice.
You don't hear that every day.
Pallets, yeah. I imagine that's a lot of oysters.
Yeah. How do you? I'm gonna have to ask him at some point. What? How do you palletize oysters? I'd imagine they're like in crates of some sort.
Something. I
Like
mean,
I don't know how
imagine you
you
want them
store them.
live, so probably
Yeah,
some sort of water and insulated something. I have no idea.
yeah. I don't. I don't know anything about oysters other than I could possibly identify one on a counter or something. But
On the coast in Washington, I mean, they usually just, yeah, right out of the beds and into the markets. So they're usually in a tank. So yeah, I don't know.
yeah,
Do the pallets have water in them too?
yeah,
We won't get any answers.
nope. Damn it.
Oh well.
All right. The these will be questions I'll have to ask him during his stream on
Yeah.
Saturday. Yeah.
How do you palletize oysters?
Yep. He'll have
Gotta know.
a good answer too, because he's been an oyster farmer of sorts for a long time. So yeah. Yeah. If everyone in chat, if you haven't caught it, Liam's stream is Saturday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern. That is Liam and Smoky Smokes, and that's an interesting show. You never know which direction that's going to go, and it's a good time. It's always some good laughs over there. Great people. Yeah, Smokey's another one that's a pleasure to spend time with. We spent a lot of time during Brick World.
Yeah, it was awesome meeting Smokey and Liam too. It was just like, I don't know. It was just weird. You'd go from one group of people and just go wander through and just kind of lock on to another group of people, and then you'd find those others later, and who knows where you're gonna end up.
Were there people you met during Brick World that were not on your radar at all prior to getting there?
Um, I think more like people that I've seen with a lot more exposure out there. Um, that have channels or have been to Brick World in the past, and just some people that were just really open. I mean, I talked to Tyler Poxmaster a bit, and um, just like even like the first time I talked to M&R, I went over to the booth where we were displaying, and Jake is sitting there just talking to him. I just sat down next to him, just like, hey, what's going on? you know, um, and then even a lot of the after hours stuff too, with the Lake brothers are wild and just just the antics, but just like everyone was just so welcoming, right? So it was
Yeah.
just like, once we all knew who we were, it wasn't any big deal to interact. It was just kind of hanging out, and we'd hang out with some people for a while and move on. And I'd be sitting there thinking, I don't know if I've seen everything in the hall yet, and do another walkthrough. And the next thing you know, it's 2 in the morning, and those guys are freaking ripping Pokemon and building decks.
Yeah.
uh, there's just always something going on, and so yeah, just running into a lot of people, just I don't know, and it's like any kind of misconceptions you could have had about anybody. When you finally sit there and meet them and talk to them, it just seemed like everything went away. I don't want to call anybody out in particular. You don't know people, and you might see certain things about certain people, but I mean, I just found that I don't know if it's all part of the act. Everyone's got their style, but it seemed like everybody got along really well.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. And then everybody realizes that, it's, I think most people at least realize that Ryan is not some kind of princess. He's an actual decent human being.
right?
You know,
Yeah, the couple times I talked to him, I brought his I had the 501st Battle Pack brick shell case,
mm,
and so I didn't want to pack. I wanted to get an autograph. I was like, if he was going to be there, and then found out late that he was going to, so I took the puck out of that and just brought that with me. And I talked to him a couple times, and I kind of forgot to ask him to autograph it, so I ended up just hopping in that line and I'm thinking, I don't know when this guy's leaving. So yeah, so actually, I thought that was kind of cool to be in that line and watch the interactions. Because yeah, some people give certain people a bad name. I don't see it there. I saw a guy that was giving away tiles and talking to people and taking pictures, and
yeah,
just someone that really seemed like he was really interested in his fans or whatever.
yeah,
And we're all there for the same reason, right?
yeah,
So I thought that was pretty cool. Um, so yeah, and then chatting and people in line, just waiting. I'm like, yeah, I talked to him a couple times. I just forgot, and I don't want to come all this way and not get an autograph. So, um, yeah, I don't know if I was too starstruck by anyone in particular, but it was just kind of just wild to see people in person that you see online for several years, and then you're there. So,
yeah. Yeah. It's odd when, like, I think the two biggest names there, I think, were Ryan and Emma Soros.
mhm.
They kind of operate at a different level than everywhere else. Uh, Emily's at a million subs now on YouTube. Like that's a whole different level, right?
Oh yeah,
And we met her just for 2 minutes quick. Like I was actually kind of pointing at her, trying to be subtle, like just telling Tanya that like that's Emma Soros. She hit a million subs. It's a pretty big deal, whatever. And she saw me pointing. I wasn't trying to be rude. Like I was trying to not interrupt what was going on, be subtle about it. She came right over and introduced herself and said hi and was every bit as bubbly, pleasant as she is on video. Like who you see is exactly who we met. And it's like, man, that's awesome.
yeah,
That's what you want out of this community.
that's super cool.
Yeah.
It's funny when I was first making my YouTube channel name or whatever. I was going to be Papasaurus Rex because my son loves dinosaurs, and I hadn't really done that connection with Clone Rex at that point. But I was learning enough about the communities around that there was Emosaurus and then there was Mr. Saurus. I'm like, why can't be this? Because then it just seems like I'm tagging along with someone else's name. So I actually shortened it, but
Dilophosaurus Rex. That would have been cool too.
I think that's what my Bricklink account is, maybe. So it's out there.
Now, where is? I don't have it on screen here because I don't put YouTube symbols on the screen. Your profile pic there,
Ah,
right? How'd that come about?
yeah. So I'd settled on this PapaRex 7567. Obviously, it's Rex's clone number. And then I just kind of had that idea of merging the two, and so at the time there wasn't a new Rex, so that photo I need to update that because that's like some just knockoff Rex that I'd picked up. And I think I got the pauldron on the wrong side too. So everyone go ahead and clown me. I know it's wrong. Um, but yeah, so the T-Rex had come out in the CMF series, and so I just pieced it together one day, and I was like, oh, okay, I needed an avatar for something. I don't know if it was for this channel or what. And yeah, and then of course the Space Babies, and I love classic space because that was my thing when I was a little kid, and Star Wars and the Rex thing. So that's just something I pieced together out of parts. I think it's a real clone head, but the body and torso and legs are just some knockoff Rex. And so yeah, and then of course we finally got the inexpensive one, so bought up
Yeah.
some of those, but need to get more T-Rex parts.
So you put that together. That's an actual photograph.
Yeah, I just took that photo. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I took a few, got one decent, and then I was able to scale it. And yeah, I don't know, what was it for? There was something where I had a limit on like the size I could put on. I think it was on Bricklink or something like that. So I got it on Bricklink, but then of course Lego did their takeover and then took away everyone's personal avatars.
They sure did.
And I think I created it for that originally, but then just used it on the YouTube.
Yeah, Bricklink, those sons of bitches,
I know.
or Lego, I suppose. But it would be nice if I could actually put my business logo on there, since
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. They have their reasons, I'm sure, but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, just taking away someone's brand. I mean, right? That's essentially what they did. That's that
Yeah.
platform you use to sell bulk Lego or sets or whatever,
Yeah.
and people recognize you, and then they take that away. It's like, oh,
Yeah. So if they take away our logos and that kind of ability, then it just becomes like an organized flea market, right? If it's an organized flea market, then it's a hobby. And if it's a hobby, then I shouldn't be flagged as a reseller if I buy stuff on Shop at Home and sell it on Bricklink. That's how I feel. Yep.
you're not
That-
wrong.
Yeah. Give me my logo back, and I'll be more than happy for you to call me a reseller, and I won't buy anything from Shop at Home and sell it on there using that email address.
Yeah. They really want to just homogenize everything, right? I think to
Yeah.
take away the individuality, and it's all just Bricklink. Don't even think about who you're buying from. I've got a
Yeah.
lot of sellers that I've saved or used over the years. Some was motivated by free shipping, but most people can't afford to play that game anymore.
Shipping's
The thresholds
expensive.
kept going up, and that's what's tough, yeah, about finding, the parts you need and from as few vendors as possible. That's why I actually finally started. I'd never done pick a brick on Lego before because it just seemed like such a pain in the butt. But having gone through all the Bricklink stuff and then coming back, it's like, oh, so now we've got different part numbers and different colors and all that. Look like I got my rebrickable mat here, but yeah, I just started doing PAB because, of course, some of the prices are terrible. Yeah, right. Plates. That's probably not a good idea, especially large ones, which I need right now. Got a build I want to finish, but I don't know who I want to throw my money at right now, whether it goes to shipping or overpriced Lego. And that was one of the things that drove me to PAB was like, well, yeah, but now I'm not having to pay this, this amount of shipping. So the parts can be a little more expensive, and maybe it's a wash at some point. But
Worth noting is that USPS is raising rates again on July 12th. So look for that to be reflected very, very soon on Bricklink. It's actually on my list of projects for tomorrow night is to raise my Bricklink shipping prices. It's not a ton, but it adds up. I think we're going 80 cents is our rate increase, I believe.
Yeah, I remember talking to Jake when we were at Brick World, and I think he was telling me it was I think what's that shipping where you go through
Pirate ship.
pirate ship? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it was just to mail like one minifigure across the country. It was like $6-7. Oh God,
Yep.
I did 6-7. Jesus.
Huh.
But yeah, just to mail one fig. I mean that was obviously starting, but it just goes up from there.
Yeah.
We're so dependent on shipping. I mean, that's one thing that seemed to really come out of the whole pandemic shit was getting stuff shipped to your house.
Yep.
We're hooked, and especially for me being in a rural location, I got to drive 45 minutes to get to a Walmart or a Target. When I can get it shipped to my house, it's usually the least, not talking Lego right now, but just things in general. It just makes so much more sense for me. But when they start taking away that free shipping, that's you got to start making decisions there. So
Yeah. I mean, I haven't been selling Lego for very long, but in the call it 5 years. In 5 years, a 4-ounce package has gone up a little over $2. That's crazy. That's I'm not going to public math that, but that's a large percentage, right?
that's a good increase. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know what a stamp costs anymore.
Stamps are going up too. They're going up to 78 cents.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm out of touch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
wild.
get your forever stamps.
I think I have some somewhere. I just don't mail anything very often.
Yeah. I mean,
At least postage or letters.
I think it was my grandmother who said when the forever stamps came out, and I think stamps were going up to like 30 cents at the time. It was like the first time they broke a quarter, whatever it was. It's like, oh, if I had the money, I would buy hundreds and hundreds of these. And man, that 30 cents to 78 cents is a massive increase. And pure percentages, clearly it's still cheap if you only have one thing to mail.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Of
but
course, back in the day, we were mailing out a lot of stuff. All the bills that went out.
oh yeah, yeah,
But
yeah. I mean, we're still a Christmas card family, and we don't do family parties like we used to. Everybody gets older and it's more spread out, and
Yeah.
whatever else goes on. So you find yourself mailing more of them.
hmm
Yeah,
That's what my wife does. She does it through a company where they're like postcards. We do like photo cards and whatever, and then the postage. They just put the postage on it, and you just
Yeah.
pay whatever when you're done. So
yeah, yeah. Well, that helps because then you get postcard rate, right?
I don't know. You're probably paying a lot anyway. They're printing the postcard and all that. You do all
Yeah.
the work, and then I don't know. You probably end up paying like $5 a card. I don't know. I doubt it, but you know what I mean. I'm not paying any attention to that.
Yeah. Yeah, those are the bills that you don't want to know about. You just throw your hands up, like, all right, it's the happiness tax
Yeah, just
or the price of
Convenience.
silence. Yeah,
yeah, convenience.
yeah, yeah. All right, man. We're coming up on 11. It's probably a
wow.
good time to wrap before I get another peek out here. It's been a pleasure hanging out with you. Thank you
Thanks
for
for having
joining me
me.
tonight. Everyone in chat, always a pleasure to have you guys here with us. Like I said at the beginning here, you guys are the lifeblood of the community, and it would be nothing without people in chat. Although, admittedly, on these shows, we don't spend a whole lot of time in chat. We are here for our guests, and we check in here and there, but it's the format. It's the nature of the beast, I guess. Next week we have on. Oh, she's got too many different names. I'm gonna get them wrong. She is Maddie. She is the lady who builds and sells the Lego ducks that you could put in your Jeep, which is pretty cool. They're the size of actual rubber duckies. I'm gonna find it here. See, this is the problem with inconsistent naming across platforms. Mini Me Lego. She is for the love of bricks on Instagram. But yeah, she's awesome. She's a ton of fun. We met her at Brick World, and we'll talk ducks and mocks and all kinds of fun things. And it will get crazy and be very loud. Yeah. So until then, you guys all have an awesome time. Thank you again. Give that like button a little tickle on the way out, and I will see you all later. Good night, guys. Thank you, PapaRex.
Thank you.
Dynasty is live. Now the dynasty is live. We came up, no